Man, so we're gonna stay inside today. 'Cause I was outside all day, like I did a lot. So we're gonna stay inside today. We're gonna chill. We're gonna relax and talk with each other. We're gonna divulge and exchange information. And I'm gonna try to get you guys to join the goddamn Patreon. That's what we're gonna do right now. Hold on, give me 1 second, because there's a lot of content on the Patreon for sure. Let me see, who is these? No, won't be like that. Okay, let's see. Copy. Um, Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I don't know who's saying what. All right, no one's saying anything. Let me see. All right, we good to go. So, guys, yes, join the Patreon. What's going on, guys? Who is that? Who is that? We got one person in here. What is going on? What is going on? Maybe I should put it like so. Guys, what's going on? We here. So today we're gonna stay inside. We're gonna relax. All that good stuff. We won't disparage American women today, unless we get into the conversation, in which case, the only important person. Oh, hey. Hey, Nikki. Hey. What happened, Nikki? You canceled Patreon. What happened? Tell me the truth. Was I becoming too dark? Was I becoming too polarized with a very general and disparaging point of view? Let me know. Hold on. Okay. Yes, what happened? What happened, Nikki? I just went on Patreon just now because I had to copy the link. Now you're gone. Nikki has left, flew the coop. Roland and friends, Roland. I love that name, Roland. Roland. No, I canceled everything I have. I have a new bank account set up. New life and all that. Oh, okay. So it wasn't personal. I'm like, sheesh. Because if it is, I do understand. But I do understand why you had to do that. Because it was joint. Was it everything joint accounts? Was everything like a joint account? Roland, I'm not gonna do a flip. I can't even do a backflip, so I don't want to hurt myself either trying to do one. I'm surprised you're here early too, Nikki. I'm actually very, very surprised. But yeah, guys, what's going on? Who's here? What's going on? Who's here? Who's ready to chat? A lot of things have been going on. A lot of things have been going down. I'm back to work tomorrow, and we're gonna continue life. I'm thinking about going somewhere tomorrow before work. We're gonna check that out. No, not personal. I'm pretty open to say how I feel, and I'm not easily offended, despite teasing you about your hate for American women. Your hate is such a strong word. You know what I realized? I realized something recently, Nikki. Listen, I mean, my sentiment is not going to really change. I think, you know what it is? You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. I think that American women are not so bad. I just think that foreigners are just a much better. That's what I think. I don't hate. Hate is such a strong word. Hate, that leads you to the dark side. I don't think I go around with this general animosity for American women. I'm not. I don't have that. However, I'm just like, there are just some times like today, for example. Um, I don't know. I was just seeing like a lot of interactions going on between people. And I'm just like, yeah, we definitely in the United States. Like it's just crazy over here. I was in the train, I think I was talking to someone, and this guy, it was this dude. He looked like a good looking guy, just a regular guy that it seemed like he was trying to get from point A to point B without any problems. And he was eating a lot of fruits. So, it was cool. He had like raspberries, strawberries, so it seems like he knows about health to some degree. Then he started yelling in the train. Families were around. The guy is like, what did he say? Oh, the 80s was much better. There's no distractions in the 80s. Man, the 80s was so much better. Man, F this time, F this period. I'm like, he's just there by himself in the train, yelling, young man. He couldn't have been that far off from me in terms of age. I'm like, why is he yelling in the train? And then he just goes back to what he was doing, eating strawberries and raspberries. This is what we're dealing with in the United States. We're just made crazy in this place. This guy was he's a young guy. He brushed his teeth and everything. Why is he yelling in the train like that? You know? Then we had this on the way up, because I was trying to go to Harlem. On the way uptown, there was this woman. She was bothering this other woman about her tablet. I'm like, why don't you just leave her alone? He said, poop. You see, look at that. You wouldn't get stuff like that in other places. Why do people do that? He said, Fahad Almani. Any American woman who's mad at him, marry me and get that free visa to make money. Fahad, that's wild. But yeah, I'm telling you, I was just on the train today. I was just craziness after craziness. What else happened? I feel like a lot of other things happened. We saw there was these guys. I don't know. I don't think they were trying to scam anyone. It's just that I guess they had what is it, EBT, and they were trying to pay for their food, but I guess they already expended a good amount, right? Of the card. So they had a little bit more of payment to pay. And I don't know, the manager was trying to explain it to them and they weren't really getting it. And so what happened? There was some guy in front of me and he's just shaking his head at himself, like looking at them shaking his head. And I'm just like, I mean, we don't even know the situation. We're just assuming just because they just look a certain way. It's crazy. Then I don't know, man. America is crazy. Someone said, "Hey, Pizzo guy, show us your deltoids, please." No, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? I'm going to work, Nikki. That's it. $20 per hour. I'm not sleeping, honey. How was Coney Island? Coney Island was interesting. I met some people. Check it out. Check out the video, Nick. Miss Nick. Miss Nick. Check it out, Nikki. Check it out. What happened? I chatted with some people from Ukraine. The guy was American. He's like, "Yo, come to this bar more often. It's like a very, what do you call it? It's like a great social spot." Then we had some weirdo in the chat. The guy was like, "Oh, what did he say?" He's like, "Oh, it's because," he kept bringing up race, like my race, over and over. He's like, that the reason why he's doing this is because he's black and this. I'm like, you're too caught up. You're just too caught up. Like this is just the American conditioning for you, where you're just too fixated on race. It's not about that. It's about the fact that we all had. I was curious. I injected myself in the conversation because they were talking about some, what was it, about Canada and how they kept checking Americans or over checking Americans when they were trying to cross the border. And I was like, it's funny because I said when I came back from my vacation recently, they didn't really overcheck me. They just did a facial scan and then they said I'm good to go. So I guess they only do that for Canada or place like domestic spots, right? And yeah, we just ended up talking from there, and then this guy just started bringing up race, and I'm just like, come on, man. We gotta evolve, man. We gotta evolve. This is just not important. This is really just not important. But Nikki, all in all, Coney Island was fun. I ended up going to did I go to Sheepshead? I went to Brighton Beach. I went to this Turkish cafe afterwards. Not the Turkish cafe, but a Turkish cafe. Capresi, we saw you yesterday. Come on. You see, like this is the mindless. These are the mindless nutcases we had to deal with on the internet. Like you've been here. You've been here yesterday. Clearly, you subscribed to the channel so you could see what I'm on again, so you could ask another mindless question. Man, it's so funny. I learned patience recently, and I'm just like, I'm still impatient. I wasn't yesterday. I was in jail. Oh my. Okay, here we go. Yeah, no, now you're in jail. I just have no time. Nick, Miss Avila. I don't have time. I don't have time for this. 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 I don't have time. I would pay to see the faces of some of these guys that come to the live streams, because it's just I'm like, who are these guys? Like, where do they come from? How do they learn how to be this way? Jesus Christ. Anyway, I've had Coney Island was fun. Coney Island was very fun. Who is this guy? This guy is Boomshot Biam. He must be a fan of what's that? Gears of War. Why do people troll others in their free time? I'm going to tell you, Boomshot. I'm going to tell you why. I think people like to see people get vexed, or not really vexed. I think that just people just like doing it. It's like reflexive to them. And I learned something today, actually. I confirmed something today. We have a limited amount of nervous energy in our minds, right? In general, to do things like process, even gauge, things for the future, plans for the future, and just concentrate on any given task at any given moment. And a lot of people just have a limited amount of energy. I saw a guy, I think he was trying to play some memory game on the train today. And every minute, I counted, every minute, he just fell asleep because there was just so much input that was going in from his phone for the memory game. He couldn't handle it. And it made me like sort of think, yo, man, he's just running out of that reserve of mental energy every single time. It's crazy. So I'm saying for trolls, these guys, like, they're not thinking long term. They're just doing it for fun. And if you don't give them attention, they just lose they're not concentrated anymore. They'll go on to something else. That's really what it is. Because it's fun. Some people have mental illnesses. Yep, it's the United States. You're not blocked, Fahad. What's going on? Leon, what's up? I just got to the gym. I'll see you next time. Have a good night, son. Nikki, I'll see you later. Let me, Nikki, let me text you right now. Sorry. Homie, I'm going to text you right now. So I keep saying I'm supposed to, and I don't do it. It's very bad. All right, where is Nikki? Where is Nikki? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Oh boy. Where is she? Oh, there she is. Okay. Next, I just hit you up. I love the trolls in my lives. Just shame our ignore we ignore them. We had a right laugh with them tonight. Nice. He said you got that spot on. Also, you're the first person to get that Gears of War reference. You know why? Because I used to get destroyed at Gears of War all the time. I used to get destroyed at Gears of War all the time. The boom shot, right? That's the rocket launcher. Yeah. I used to get destroyed at Gears of War a lot, so this is why I know. I know. There's a friend from high school. We used to play Halo 3. He destroyed me at that. Uh, Super Smash Bros. He destroyed me at that. Gears of War, Far Cry. Yeah. Yeah, he said, yeah, I'm not too good either. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a lot of like quick planning. And you just have to know the controls, you have to know the maps. That's with any sort of shooter. You have to just know the maps so you can try to get a vantage point. That's really what it is. But I don't know. These guys, he also put a lot of time in the game. Like me, I was interested in having experiences in life. This guy just put a lot of experiences, like a lot of time in the game. So he's a practice like anything else. He said, "Are you in the army?" No. I am. I'm just an individual. I'm just a man. Just a man. That is hated by country. Yeah. That's all right. But yeah. Anyway. Trolls are gonna be trolls. That's all. That's the long, the tall, the short of it. And they're always gonna come around, and there's nothing that you can do about it, except just get rid of them. He said, "Then what are you talking about? What do you mean? What am I talking about? We're talking about a video game, Fahad. We're talking about a video game. I don't know who you messaged, but it wasn't me. But I'll check later. What the heck? I did message you, Nick Jack. I did message you. It has to be you. It is you. I know it's you." Liar. Yeah, it is you. Yeah, Nick, it is you. Is your number blah, 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 blah? He said, "You're a good one, mate. It's hard to be positive and indifferent to the crowd." Because you got to realize something. That this internet stuff is not real. Like, it's just not real life. You have to understand this. Like, this is just the internet. You know what I mean? People have so many different shades on the internet. You know? Like, that's just the way it is. I take all of these interactions with a grain of salt. Because anyone could be whatever they want on the internet. I don't take anything really seriously on the internet. I really don't. I really don't. We have a whole bunch of guys that have like these varying radical beliefs on the internet, yelling to each other in echo chambers on the internet. Like, who cares? Who cares? So I appreciate your positive. That's why I come chat with you. You're a good influence on me. Yep. Spencer typing in $5. But seriously, that's really how I think about it. And plus, I have a good social life in real life, which is what matters, which is what we all need to be doing. So that's really what it is. I really don't mind about what people say on the internet. I really don't. I really don't. But Leon, I think you should take the same approach, Dodging, what's going on? What's going on? Let's go. Dodging. No mames. What's going on, Dodging? I've been working hard. Summer Dub Pizza has been working. And I've been learning, really. I've been learning. I think the one thing, like the title of the live stream, I think what we need to truly understand as men is that our energy is probably the most valuable thing ever, right? You need to understand this very, 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 very closely. What are you talking about? Metaphysical energy, spiritual energy? Listen, they all come from the same source. Like, it could be cultivated. It could be grown. It could be powered up. We need to take charge of our sexual energy, lads. Dead serious. How do we do that? Remember, I could talk about this from here to the moon until my face goes blue. But I'm telling you, take care of your sexual energy and you'll be taken care of for the rest of your life. I'm just saying. How much do they pay a turbine mechanic in the US? A quick Google search will help you with that because I was never interested in that, so I can't give you that information off the drop of a dime. So most trolls are bots to create engagement. Pointless, word. Well, it definitely is. That's why things in 1984 with the party worked. Dead serious. Dead serious. We are the most powerful, of course, if we use it correctly. That's serious. We could do a lot with it. We need to understand our strengths. I'm telling you. And what does it begin with? Staying away from adult film content. When you stay away from adult film content for long periods of time, you are now there's going to be this radical reaction to things, right? You're going to be trying to search for a way out. You're going to try to validate looking at Instagram, looking at Twitter, all the lewd stuff on that, and there's not going to be if you stay strict to staying away from adult film content, then you're going to start feeling guilty every time you stare at it, and you're going to stop looking at it, and then you're going to go out and start doing stuff. This is the whole trick with it. You have to stay away from adult film content. I'm telling you, and then you're going to understand how powerful you are as a person. You're going to find out how dynamic you are as a person. You're going to have access to skills that you never thought possible. The trick is staying away from adult film content for a long period of time. It's going to mess up your brain, but it's going to do that in a good way. Eileen, what's going on? He said, I've been putting off engagement with females just to set how they act, see how they act when they don't give in. I'm going to also tell you something too. Women can teach you a lot. Don't think that there's a lot of channels that talk about women can't teach you anything or you're a man. No, they have their own experiences. Women can teach you a lot. I'm telling you this. They can teach you a lot. So I'm not saying to go and seek guidance from women, but I'm saying that you'd be surprised what you could learn. You don't control your thoughts will control you. Yep. That's absolutely correct. But it never sent. That's right. Nikki, it never sent. The message never sent. Got it. Hold on. Let me see if I could send it. Try again. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Well, all I'm saying, you can learn a lot. I'm telling you. Let's see. Get your fruits and veggies. That's what I'm saying. Dodging. You don't even know. I was out today. I went to the supermarket. I bought a whole bunch of stuff. All healthy stuff. Get lots of sunlight, exercise, and get good vibes. I'm telling you. I watch them all the time. They call the cops after a little while, though. Who? Watch who? What? Oh, woman. Oh, got it. I'm telling you, that's not it. You're meeting the wrong women then. I'm telling you. I think ever since the Albania trip, I think a lot of things have been changing in my life. Like a lot. I'm telling you, it's just kind of weird. Ever since the trip to Albania, I think a lot of things have just been being very, very strange in my life. Like completely. So. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of things you could learn from just people in life. But yeah. She said I'm late today. No, me too. I started the live stream like 30 minutes ago, Eileen. So I guess we're both in the same boat. You know? Did you like the trip? Of course. The trip to Eastern Europe changed everything. You know? I don't know. Once upon a time, Colombia was my favorite place, but now it's Eastern Europe. They might forcefully conscript you in the army. In their army. Speaking of Sombra, I met a Swedish lady at my job. I got to tell you something. I'm glad you're here, Dodgen, actually. We got to talk. That was telling me she was heading back to Sweden after 20 years of living in LA, lost her house in one of those fires. Eesh. And at least she'll be around like-minded individuals. People that hurt people. So it's good that she's going back to Sweden, but it sucks that she lost her place in the fires. And remember, the insurance doesn't cover fire damage, and they did that on purpose. The insurance companies. It's kind of horrible. She knows about that hustle and bustle ain't worth it. I'm telling you, that's really what it is. Dodgen, let me tell you something, right? Got her contact too. She was telling me I'd be popular with the yes. Dodgen, you don't understand. First of all, now you brought up Sweden, so I'm gonna talk about the situation with Sweden before I go into the other situation that happened the other day at work. So I'm not living in Eastern Europe. I'm living in New York, unfortunately. Actually, this is fortunate. I'm going to start looking at these things in a positive way because New York is a very verdant land. I'm going to tell you that right now. Anyway, Dajin, right? So there was this woman I met from Sweden at the gym like months ago, and I don't know how. I forgot how I met her. I think I asked her to use a machine um, that was occupied, and then we just ended up having a long conversation, right? Business. What's going on? Welcome back. So then we ended up talking. We went out a couple times, and she was on it for a while. Like she wanted to invite me to her place, and I wasn't with it because this is when I was like very strict on semen retention, which I still am. But I just didn't want to just sleep with her. I didn't want to do it. She was bad though. I'm not gonna lie. She was bad. So she said she ended up going back to Sweden because I forget the reason why. I think it had something to do with her visa. And then she said, you got to come over. You got to come to Sweden. When you come through, let me know. You can stay at my place, this and that. And yeah, so yeah, I think you would clean up in Sweden for sure, Dodge. That's not a question. The thing is that Sweden is extremely feminist. I think you need to understand that. It's on the levels of like South Korea. So it's good to check out like the legacy and the culture, and I guess you're close to Denmark, so you can check out Denmark as well. Finland, I heard Finland is kind of wild. But Sweden for a long period of time, I don't know, man. I don't know. But just go, Dodgen. I think you should go just to say you went, and then you could talk about your experiences. Go. It doesn't matter if how the political situation is. Just go. If you have the opportunity to go to Sweden. Don't deny it. Go to Sweden, and you log what you've witnessed. But yeah, Dodgen, that was it. I wasn't with it. I still have her on Instagram. I think she still checks out my stories. I haven't spoken to her in months. Then the other story, right? Somebody Piso is just working, right? As an innocent man, just working. You know what I mean? As long as they're not more. Check it out. I heard a lot of negative stuff about Sweden. Although people, I mean, I don't know. I think you should check it out. Regardless, check it out. But so I'm just working at the restaurant. Some girl comes in, oversized clothes and whatnot, but clearly you can tell. Number one, I knew she wasn't American. That's number one, because it was just something. She was tall. She was like as tall as I was, and she had like a lot of curves, right? Even though she had all these oversized clothing, I'm like, what is going on? I only remember this from this girl I used to talk to. I used to know from my job, my old job. So we ended up talking. She's like, oh, where are you from? Right? And I said, oh, I'm from here, but I'm Nigerian, Caribbean. I was like, where are you from? She's like, I'm from Latvia. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, I was close to your country. She was like, really? Where'd you go? I was like, I was in Romania. That's like the farthest. She's like, yeah, Romania is way more south, but I get what you're saying. I was like, yes, I would like to visit the Baltics. She was like, what do you know about the Baltics? I was like, I don't know. I looked up the countries. I'm interested in visiting. So I'm like, what are you doing here? She's like, oh, I'm just here for work and whatnot. I have a couple days left. I was like, okay, cool. But she's like, I'm gonna be very busy. But she said, let's trade contact information so when you come to the Baltics, I could be your tour guide. And I'm like, okay, let's get her done. So we traded Instagrams. I'm telling you, man, I knew she wasn't American for sure because I'm just like, she just looked way different. She had like an oversized long sleeve polo and like jeans, probably high waisted. But you could tell like she had curves underneath her clothes. I was like, okay. But I was honestly just concentrating on work, but I was just like, this is surprising. He said Romanian's gonna scam. That's incorrect, by the way. Incorrect information. What else was I gonna say? He said, oh, you Nigerian sama. That's crazy. But yeah, no, Dajin, first of all, I don't know. The Baltics should be on our list. That was number one. I already wanted to go to Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia. And that was already on the list. It's just that I just, obviously have to plan it. You have to go and whatnot. But yeah. He said, I've been told you about Lithuania. I know. There's a lot of talent over there. For sure. It's very, very different over there. These guys, they use some of them because she knows how many languages this chick. She knows Latvian. I think she knows like one of the Scandinavian languages, English, Russian, something else. She knows like 6 languages. I was just like, what the? Someone went from Dubai to New York. Interesting. How are the gains? I did chest and arms today. He said, I mean, it's crazy because my 2 friends told me they learned English at age 6, then Russian at 13. By the way, we had a stream yesterday, Dajin, where I was on a crowded bus. I was trying to read. Someone wrote something to me in Russian, Cyrillic alphabet, but they were Russian. And this woman was like, "Do you want me to read it for you?" And I was like, on the bus, and I was like, "Yeah, yeah, sure." So she came up. She's like, "Oh, how is?" He was asking you, "How was your life in the United States?" And I was like, "Oh, no way." He said, "Sombra, you should go to Utah. We are not traveling anywhere in the United States. Sombra is not going anywhere in the United States. I'm telling you that right now." He said, "I caught part of that clip." Oh yeah, right. So you saw. We are not going anywhere. And then she gave me advice. She was like, if you want to learn the Cyrillic alphabet, go use Duolingo. You match up the letters. You could match up the letters to the symbols. I'm like, okay, I gotta practice. But we're not traveling anywhere in the United States. That's just a waste of time. I might as well take the money that I'm going to use to travel in the United States and throw it in the incinerator. Because that's what you're doing. You're just wasting your money. He said that was cool. She happened to be there. No, they were, that's Eastern European, like, and Russians, like they're very open. For why would a man travel through the cooked crust of the states? I like how Uzman comes in. He comes in as like on like the third chapter of some novel or something. I like that. Uzman, what's going on? I know it's late over there. It's like 3 a.m. He said, I mean, Duolingo's cool, but just make sure you do the writing portion too. Oh, no, of course. The laws go a much longer way in Eastern Europe to some degree. This is Russian. I can't read the first one, but it's Kagdila. What's going on? What's going on? Too damn hot to sleep. It's hot in the UK? It's nuts. What's the temperature? Sorry, give me 1 second, guys. Man, oh man. La vida. Okay, let me see. Surprisingly hot. That's great. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I need to charge this. Where's the charger? Oh, here we go. He said he has a girl from Chechnya. Where are you from, Uzman? He said, I think he's from London, but he's Pakistani, I think. Anyway, where's Dodgin? Where's my guy Dodgin, man? My point is this. Say you guys need to harness your sexual energy as quickly as possible. We need to do some exercise, right? We need to do some exercise. We need to eat very well. Eat your fruits. Breathe some air. Chat with some people. Get embarrassed. All that stuff. But all in the name of harnessing your energy. And then go on, live your life. Go on, live your life. A lot of strange things have been happening. I'm dead serious. Like, I've been getting a lot of strange interactions recently. Nottinghamshire. Okay. Yeah, if you Muslim, the best girls to get are those from the Caucasus region. Okay. Semen retention, Kundalini activation. DXR, what's going on? What you need to do, I'm telling you guys, you can't be too. Semen retention is very, very important, but do not be too fixated on semen retention where you are canceling out all of the other experiences that are going to happen in your life as a result of changing your vibration on the practice of semen retention to bring those events to you. What does that mean? Sometimes it's good to free fall. You don't have to you don't have to know what the heck is going on at all times. He said they're taking the hobbits to Isengard. I have a confession. I never watched Lord of the Rings. Some of the piso is a lame. He's corny. Yep, from the Shire. It's a Shire, right? It's Shire. I don't know, guys. This is just some of the personal observations. He said, but then not all energy is good for you, though. Energy transfer is real. You ain't even know the curses you are taking from a woman. It is true. But the thing is, you don't understand how powerful the light of semen retention is. I'm telling you, these things eradicate a lot of stuff. I'm not saying go have free fall and have sex, promiscuous sex, or just be promiscuous. I'm saying that don't underestimate your strength. Don't underestimate your discipline. Not always men are the bad ones. No, 100%. I get you. Have you faced any kind of discrimination in Eastern Europe? Maybe. I don't know. I had the cop situation where the guy's grabbing me up, even though I said I'm not giving you my address because you didn't accuse me of a crime. If I read the law, if you didn't accuse, what happened, Nathan, is that I was with this girl actually. We were coming. What was happening? We got into a fight. He said, screw up your entire aura. It's true, but you'll be surprised. DXR, a lot of us have a natural inclination to a certain vibration or a certain level of vibration. So semen retention will amplify that. And long-term semen retention could even increase it to certain degrees, certain levels. But for the most part, you can't, there are things that you have to avoid so you could maintain that aura. Like for sure, stay away from adult film content because that stuff destroys your aura. Because remember, that aura, your auric field comes from something that's being projected from the inside. And if your inside is messed up, which are your thoughts or the things that you partake in, which affect your subconscious thoughts, then it's going to affect your aura naturally. So if you don't indulge in adult film content, if you don't look at lewd material on Instagram or any of the social media websites, and if you stay away from sex workers, women of the night, you are going to be fine. You're going to be completely fine. Seriously. He said, I'm clean now. There it is. DXR, that's it. Now you got to wait. Didn't have the best of hospitality. Yeah, that has to do with DXR. This is an example of distorted aura in Nathan Gigi. I'm going to tell you something. I'm not saying that all your experiences are going to be stellar in Eastern Europe, but I'll tell you the majority of my experiences in Eastern Europe were great. I'll tell you that. Let me explain what happened with the police. By the way, there are two situations I had with Serbian police. One was great. One was not so great. So, women of the night they're worse than vampires. By the way, they're worse than vampires. This guy DXR was talking about curses. Yeah, yeah. That's what it is. And remember, you don't know who they're with. They mess with these guys that are on that have those weird fetishes like P. Diddy and like Jeffrey Epstein. I'm telling you, you don't want to mess with women like that. He said, by the way, I've had when I was, is color important there? No, it's not. Anyway, so what happened with the cop? I was speeding. I was with my friend, the girl. We had a fight earlier that morning. Naturally, it's whatever. I reconciled. I did my penance, as I usually do, as we should all do when we've done something wrong. And she forgave me, and she was trying to have fun. She wanted to show me to some city in Serbia. I ended up speeding. It was only 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. I was beckoned to park the car next to the police. I had to pay 5,000 Serbian dinars. I went to go retrieve the dinars, and then I gave the money to the guy. He had the ticket. I was like, let me see the ticket just so I can make sure everything is confirmed and it's not any scam or anything. And then the older police officer is trying to come up to me, intimidating me, and he's telling the guy, yo, ask him for his address. And I'm like, well, I don't have to give you the address, officer, because are you accusing me of another crime? Because we settled this crime just now, right? I pay you the fine, and I'm just taking the picture just so I can make sure that everything's legitimate. Then the guy got so insecure. And of course, I had my hat backward like this. I had my little bubble vest on. Then he grabbed me up. He's like trying to check me. I'm like, is there a reason why you're checking me? I'm like, you didn't accuse me of a crime. Again, he's like, you might be belligerent. I'm like, I'm belligerent because I'm telling you that I'm not going to give you the information that you asked for because that's against the law. Right. You're the only one grabbing me, by the way. So it seems like you're the belligerent one, but it's okay. By the way, I don't have anything in my pockets except my cell phone. So then he's like, I'm going to do a drug test. I'm like, okay. I don't agree to the drug test. Why? Because you didn't accuse me of a crime. Serbian law states that you're only allowed to give me a drug test if you accuse me of a crime. You didn't accuse me of a crime. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to comply. Reasonable suspicion? Okay, but he's the only one grabbing me. I was calm the entire time. There's no proof. You have the body cameras. So then I asked him, let me have your badge number. And he refused to give me his badge number. I'm like, okay, so you illegally asked for my address, right? Even though you knew that I don't have to comply with you. And then you use that as my refusal as a validation to start grabbing me up, in which I stayed calm. And then he said he was going to take me to the police station. So I said, okay, great. I want to go to the police station. I'm going to tell him everything that transpired here. And I'm also going to say that you didn't give me your badge number. You illegally asked me for my address. All that. I can't wait for this. And by the way, guy, I said to both of them, I was so calm. You don't know how calm I was in the back of that car, right? They might deport without any reason. No, they can't do that. They can't do that. It has to be valid. He needs a reasonable suspicion, otherwise he walks off. It's Serbia. You think law is important there. That's fun. Okay, it doesn't matter. You have to understand the politics of the country. The guys are trying to get into the EU. You have to understand this is why you guys have to read. You have to understand how a lot of the other countries look at them. They see Serbia as like some sort of like the black sheep. That's number one. Two, these guys are trying to enter the EU so they can have much more benefit. They already have a slight access to the single market. Last time I researched about their economy, but they want access. They want to get to the EU. If they are seen on video roughing up an American, even though the American followed the law, I'm telling you, the court of public opinion will strong arm Ursula von der Leyen and the rest of the cronies in the EU to refuse their application. Do you understand? I had all I didn't care what he did to me. I didn't care what he did because I had my friend, the girl with me. She was recording everything. So one, they wouldn't have gotten to the EU. Two, this dude would have lost his pension. And I know he was an old guy. He spent a long time in the force. He would have been working at Maxi for the rest of his life. Pensionless. That's number two. Three, I would have walked off. And I would have kept pushing it. Sombra, then more in Eastern Europe, the laws do not exist. Okay, good thing I was in Serbia then. Sombra would not survive under the Sith Empire's rule, too much jurisdiction. I wouldn't be a Sith, but I would definitely have power in the Force. The EU is the Fourth Reich. I don't like the EU either. But you have to understand, and I'm going to tell you what happened. Right? Biggest thing is that the currency had little value after they converted everything to euros. That's why UK kept the pound sterling. They would have lost all their value overnight if they accepted the euro currency. Anyway, I was staying in the back seat. I said, I can't wait. By the way, guys, I'm not saying anything until I get to the police station. I can't wait to speak to a superior officer. Then the young guy is talking to the old guy, and then the old guy runs out the car, gets the tripod. The young guy says, get out the car. I'm like, no, I want to go to the police station now. I want to talk to your superior officer. He's like, no, get out the car. I was like, huh? Then he opens the door, takes me out the car, closes the door. The old guy runs back in the car, the police car. He turns on the siren and he drives so fast. The dude almost got into an accident. That's how fast they drove away from the situation. Guys, I'm telling you. That was the only negative situation I had. He said he could have taken the phone and delete everything and give you a good night that day. Thank God he didn't. No. That girl was with me and we were in a public road. I'm telling you, there is not. You could say all you want. I was so assured of my victory in that situation, and they knew that if they kept trying to play the game that they were playing, they would have lost. Which is why they kicked me out of the car. They drove as fast away as possible because they knew if they brought me to the police station, they would have lost their jobs. The young guy, I know probably the first man in his family to have joined the police force in Serbia, and he would have had a wonderful girlfriend waiting for him or wonderful wife waiting for him in some corner of Indonesia. But that would have all been destroyed the moment they brought Sombra into the police station. Because if the police officers decided to take their word over mine, then I would have escalated it even further. I'm telling you, they knew that's why they kicked me out of the car. Hello, I'm not afraid of Serbian police. The most they could do is just hit me. Who cares? I know the cards that I could play. So I will always comply in a country where I'm not a citizen or a permanent resident. Okay, thank goodness I'm not you. Thank goodness I'm not you, because I wouldn't have done that. Let's see. Never question back. Yep, that's cool. I don't know, man. What do you say? I don't know, man. They would do to you. I don't care. I was not afraid. I'm telling you, I was not afraid of these guys. I was not afraid. I'm telling you. YF, what's going on? What's going on, man? I was not afraid. There was no way. I know the cards that I could play. First of all, we're on an open road. So any little strong arm intimidation that they would have tried, people would have seen it. 2, the girl that I was with was recording the situation. Then 2A, because that's a subset, I would have, after everything transpired, I'm just going to follow them to the police station. We're going to the Ingia police station. Yo, they roughed me up. This is the whole situation that happened. Look, I have it on camera. Oh, you guys are not going to do anything? You delete the footage? Yeah, we're going to talk about it to the embassy. Now Serbia is not joining the EU. We're going to make this video viral. This is what they do in Serbia. I'm telling you. Do you understand? Serbia is looked at as the black sheep in part of the Eastern Europe. I'm telling you, guys, come on. This is why you read, so you can understand what's going on, so you can understand what cards you could play. He could have brought his phone out, recorded everything, then posted it on the internet. It would have made news. That's what I'm saying. Because they would have lost you know how long it takes countries to get into the EU? They want to get in the EU. This would have ruined everything. And plus more. This dude, he would have retired pensionless. What's up, Summer? But speaking of intimidation, I just got pressed by the Oak for $5. That's crazy. Summer's Green Lantern. Do you know Green Lantern is never... I'm going to tell you, I get worried. I get scared. I was not scared of the police. I'm telling you, in Serbia, I was not scared of them. Especially because I had a great situation with the police, a week before that situation. I had a great situation with them. I overtook on the solid line. The dude mocked me. I overtook on the solid line. And I only did that because the dude was driving at like 15 miles an hour. And so the police came, out of nowhere. They pulled me over. And as we were talking, the guy that was driving 50 miles per hour was honking at me. And he was like waving at me. I was like, come on, man. That's messed up. But then I spoke with the police. They said, you got to pay upwards of $200 to $400 US, right? So I said, okay, that's crazy. That sucks. And she was like, why are you even in our country? And I said, what is this guy? He's spamming. Oh, you gone. So I was like, yo, I want to check out your country. I was just very excited about seeing your beautiful country of Serbia. And so the old guy next to her took my passport, took my license, took my registration from her hand and said, here, take this. Us Serbians have big hearts, and I could tell you're a good guy. You just have to promise that you don't overtake on the solid lines ever again, because there's a reason why there's solid lines. I was like, all right, yeah, I got you. I absolutely, I promise you I'll never do it. And from then, of course, you have to, when you make vows in this dimension, you have to hold fast to your vows. That's just how it works. Because if you break your vows, you're going to get in trouble. right? Whether it be by divine providence or by some sort of physical action that could have been preordained or set in action by divine providence. Well, long story short, I don't like to play around with vows. He let me go, uh, you know, based on my promise that I won't overtake on the south line. So I never did that ever again, and I will never do it ever again in any country. So, yeah, yeah. That was the good situation. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that he let me go. And it was an older guy. You would think that, older people are so traditional, but Leon said the authenticity is the most powerful human vibration. That's what I'm saying. I was in that negative situation with the cops. I was so sure of my victory. I'm telling you. I don't know where it would have came from, but I was sure of it. I was like, if he takes me to that police station, I already won. And that's what the young guy knew too. That's why they kicked me out of the car. I would have won. They would have left pensionless. The police force pensionless. Okay, but don't do this in Latin America or the Middle East. It would be a different sad story. Listen, man, you have to understand your situation. That's it. He said, I almost forgot to tell you something about one dude when I was at work. I seen him before, but this black man was big time repping the Freemasons. I don't know why people join this stupid group. I'm telling you, I don't understand these people. I don't understand these people at all. Imagine joining a secret society, man. So corny. Like, so corny. Imagine joining a secret society. I just can't. I just can't. You thought I didn't know. That's what they do. Like, these guys are corny. Joining secret societies. Stuff is corny. Summer, you may be right, but right doesn't always win. Trust me on this, especially in developing countries. Leon, that's what I did. I wasn't afraid. I was like, I really didn't care that if he was going to start hitting me, I really didn't care because I knew I knew that I was going to be victorious. I'm telling you, I just knew it. I wasn't afraid. Then when I got back into the car, the girl that I was with, she's like, Sombra, don't ever do that ever again. You got me so scared, please. I was breathing hard. You made me so anxious. I was so scared for you. Do they do this in America? I know that. I was like, yo, you guys inspired me. You guys are yelling in Beograd because of the SNS party. Y'all inspired me to do this. It's like, yeah, but we know that the police, you don't mess with the police. And I was like, Lena, like, I knew I was correct. He's like, just give him the address. I was like, I'm not giving him the address. I don't need to. Then she started grabbing him, brother. But that's a different story. That's a different story. But anyway, it was the rest of the day was great. Like, we had a good time. I feel like she had like a newfound respect for me, though. I'm not gonna lie. Lena, like, she was already great, a wonderful girl anyway. But then I feel like she had a newfound respect for ever since that moment. She was like, "You want something to drink? Like, do you want to go here?" All this stuff. She was very nice. Speaking on keeping your vows, these vows advise to serve fallen entities. They're in the world of enslavement. And dodging, man, I don't mess with these guys. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. Secret societies. That's so corny. Go on Google. Go on Google. If you want to find out how to what's the relation between spiritual energy and Kundalini, look it up. Come on. Have the Lutheran approach to things. Let's see. What happens usually? You would be in a broken judicial system filled with corruption. You're right. I bet she was so good. I'm not gonna. She. You see, this is why we need Patreon. We need more Patreon members because I could be like very, very open. All I'm saying is that the rest of the day was wonderful. I'm going to tell you that. I mean, it was wonderful regardless. But yeah. No, Lena was she was in the car. She was like grabbing my face, like, you shouldn't do that. Don't do that. It's the police. It's Serbian police. All that. I was like, listen, man. She was very, very she was very, very caring. And I said, no, Lena, I'm fine. Please, I promise. It's just that you guys inspired me, you know? Like, you know, she's like, yeah, but everyone knows that you don't mess with the police because they're this, like they're that. And I was like, listen, I was just sure I was correct. And then she was like, okay, let's not talk about it anymore. I'm just glad you're okay. All that. All that. Like, all that. Anyway. Nah, she had it was nice. It was the rest of the day was great afterwards. Like, there was a lot of like, she was always touching me, like, she was like grabbing me, like, you know. Lena but she was doing that anyway. But I felt like it was a little different ever since that moment. She's like, "Do you do this in America? Like, you shouldn't do this here because, you know, all that stuff." But anyway, that is another reason, man. Eastern Europe, Eastern Europe. Anyway, yeah, yeah. Anyway, guys, all in all, man, I still love Serbia to death. It's a wonderful country for me. Of course, it has its bad stuff, but um, it's good. She was doing that anyways. No, yo, dude, I'm telling you, like, I felt it was a little different. She was, you know, after the event, she kept like grabbing my arm. She was like touch, because she likes to touch, like, and that's what I like, you know, when like, you know, women are interactive, like they touch you and they like, you know, stuff like that. I like that. I like that a lot. But she was just like very like, you know, over catering, you know. And I was like, oh no, I'm good, I promise. Um, but yeah, yeah. And she just grabbed Sombra. She grabbed Sombra. Anyway, man, Serbia is amazing. But all in all, I think I had way more good experiences than I had. I was like the only bad experience. He said true power blows their minds. Um, she tried to violate. I remember when I first met her, she tried to say that all Americans are cocky. They think they know everything, and they think that people that are from other countries don't know as much as they do. They think they're the smartest in the room. They're so sure about the little knowledge they have. She was violating. She was like, Americans only know one language, and they think that they could tell other people what to do. she, because I was afraid when I first met her. She was like, the way she was talking about Americans, she made it seem as if, yo, what if it's like a setup? She's like, she knows English, she knows all these colloquials and slangs just to, you know, meet Americans, have them like all comfortable, and then she just gets them jumped or something. Because the way she was talking about American men, I'm like, I don't want to continue this conversation with her because it scared me. I was like, is this a setup? You know, yo, the way she was talking, man, I was like, yo, I'm gonna get set up. I'm like, I'm not cocky. I think that maybe the guys that you met from America were cocky, and so you decided to lambast the entirety of all of them. I'm like, yo, I'm not cocky. I know multiple languages. I'm interested. I think that you're smarter than I am. You know, I'm interested in to get to know what you and what else you have to say. You know, she's like, you seem different, but American men are the same all the time. I'm like, Lena, you can either take me, you can either take me as I am or not. But I'm just saying that I'm just interested in getting to know you. I'm not cocky at all. I understand that I don't know anything really, and that's about it. You know? Then she was talking about music. Then what else is she talking about? She can't stay on one topic for too long. That's her. Then she started grabbing Sombra. When I first met, we were talking for hours. Then she started like grabbing Sombra. And I was like, all right, we got to chill out. We got to chill out. But then she didn't stop. But anyway, it was a good time. So cocky is fine as long as you. I don't think it's good to be cocky. I think that it's good to be confident and self assured. But I don't. Cockiness is never good because you always overlook stuff. And I'm not a fan of what is it? Getting sidelined. Getting surprised, flanked. Yeah, you see, I knew it, Nick. I knew it. Yeah, Nikki, it didn't go through. It didn't go through for some reason. The initial text didn't go through, Nick. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, self-assured for sure. At least she wasn't like your ex inviting herself over. Rage. That was a bad situation too, because she comes through. First of all, when she came over the initial night, because there was 2 nights. Remember the one the second one where she invited herself, and the first one. She remembers, like, because you're with someone for a very long time, so you know what the other person likes. She comes in with the outfit, like, I'm like, what is she doing, man? I'm like, what is she doing, man? What is she doing in this house, man? What is she doing dressing like this? She was like, so, I brought some dessert. I'm like, I'm telling you, ever since I got back from Serbia, my life has just been stupid, man. Oh my goodness. Are you sure she's not investing on you for that visa? I mean, it could be, who knows, Fahad? Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I don't think so. I wouldn't think so. I think she's highly intelligent with a lot of ability in her job. She has a job that allows her to travel all over Eastern Europe. Who knows? Who knows? Fahad, who knows? Lena's good. They know. Dodge, I'm telling you, the goddamn woman comes into the. First of all, how do we even? Yeah, because she came to initially. I said, this is my address, blah 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 blah. So she came through. She's wearing some black, because Rachel, she's always. I wouldn't say classy, but she wears like Tory Burch and like Eli Tahari, Prenza Skoulet, Thomas Meyer, Bottega Veneta. Like, she wears those types of like fashion, like, they like these what do you call it? Donna Karan. You guys know that aesthetic. It's like office clothes, but like a little, I don't know. It's like office clothing for women. That's what she does, because she works in that thing anyway. She used to work for the UN, but now she's a consultant. So she works remote. Rachel has definitely powered up. I'm very proud of her. But she's always been a go-getter. She's always been super supportive. This girl has always been a great girl. But anyway, she comes in with the black one, necklace out, some short skirt, and then her toes out. I'm like, what is she doing here? What does she want from me? Like, it's horrible. Man, I gotta get some sleep. Leon, yeah, sleep well, man. Sleep well. Thank you. No, I'm telling you, Dodge, she comes in and she's like, I'm gonna put my shoes right here. Okay, what are you cooking? I brought you some dessert. I'm just there oh my gosh. I was just there laughing the whole time. I was just there laughing the whole time. Then she's like, what is it? You didn't even offer me anything to drink. This is like 10 minutes in. You didn't offer me anything to drink. I'm thirsty already. And I'm like, okay, Rach, what would you like? Do you want water, sparkling water? She was like, oh, let me get some water. Thank you, Sombra. Finally for offering. I'm like, okay. Then we were just talking the whole time. Then we're on the couch. And then we were playing. Then we got into playing thumb wrestling. Anyway, whatever, guys. This is just, I'm just, whatever, man. This girl's horrible. They're all horrible. They're all horrible. Have you visited Turkey? I want to go. I definitely want to go. because she's been to my house many times in the past. Like I've been to her apartment many times. But yeah, that was that. Anyway, let's dodge it. That was that situation. That's the ex. Yeah, she's where I don't know where wherever she is. You know the thumb war. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare thumb war. So we were playing that for a while. She's just so oh my like how do we even get into it? I don't even know. Then the other day, then she invited herself over, and I was just like, anyway. It does dodging, but the whole point was for it's like to get close. I wasn't drunk. I don't drink. I've been sober for 12 years, and she knows I don't drink. Even when I was with her, I'm telling you, she's these a lot of these like they know what they want and they just like go straight for it. That's really what it is. And that's the long, the tall, the short. There's the long, the tall, the short. Anyway, I wanted to tell you something. I guess it's going to be about. So let's talk about the female attention I've been getting recently. Because ever since Albania, I think things have changed radically. So I was. Remember, I was trying to continue. Nah, because Eileen is crazy. Because this girl came. Like she was doing a lot. Like she kept touching my forearms. Like it was just crazy. It was just crazy in the household, man. Anyway, I don't know if I told you guys this on stream where I went to go chill with my friend. He's like, "Yo, man, there's this block party. It's gonna be fire." And then we end up going, and then it was really groovy in the house in the block party. I'm like, "What is going on? Like, where is there anyone hetero in the block party?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think so. I don't know." I'm like, "You decided to come to this event because." Like, and you didn't know what was going on. And so I'm walking through and we were just getting grilled. A lot of men, halter tops, looking like the Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen twins from Full House, staring. I'm like, Daryl, what are we doing here? Why did you take us here? I'm not trying, like, this is not my type of body. Like, what are we doing here? He's like, yo, so my bad, man. I didn't know. I just thought it was like, good music. I'm like, no, like, I'm not. Yo, I'm telling you, it was insane. So we just walked through. We just kept walking through the block party. We're not staying here. I'm telling you, I'm like, what's going on? So then he runs into someone. He's like, he sees this girl with someone else. And so he's trying to get the attention of the girl. And so the girl stops and he's they're like talking to each other for a little bit. Her friend is like, "Oh, what's your name?" I'm like, "Yo, I'm Summer." I was like, "What's your name?" Blah blah blah. So then we split ways. We were talking for a little bit. Then we split ways. And then Daryl's like, "Yo, Sombra, like you remember the girl that you were talking to?" She's like, "Oh, yeah, she's giving you her number. She wants to talk to you." And I was like, to be honest, I forgot how she looked. I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't care because I was just, we're caught up in the goddamn groovy spot. And I'm trying to figure out what's the next spot that Daryl wanted us to go to, because I'm like, if that spot, he's not credible for this spot. So we had to travel for the next one. So I'm like, where are we going to go? How's that going to be? How much worse is that place going to be? Did he do his research? So this is the only thing that I had in my mind. And so I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. She could, I'll give her my number. We could hit each other up. So that was what's going on. So we were chatting for a bit. She's very well traveled. This girl traveled a lot. I don't understand, guys. You don't have women in America, so you're traveling for women. That's not the case. That's not the case. The case is this, Fahad. Nothing is black and white. But I'm saying that what we're saying is that the quality generally in the United States of women are not the best. And so, as a person that's elevated themselves, you want people that are also on that level. And there's not a what is it, a spate of that in the United States. And so, um, yeah, we check something else. He said, we got women that's just not feminine, they're not good quality. There it is, Dajan. There it is, Fahad. That's what we're saying. So yeah, that's what's been. There's a lot of things that's been going on, man. There's a lot of things that's been going on. A lot of things that's been going on. Some of that piece, man. Some of that piece, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But anyway, Dajin, I've been having a lot of peculiar experiences recently. Seriously, it's been kind of crazy. I don't know, man. Your women are beautiful on TV. You have to understand this. We are a marketing powerhouse. It's the truth is stranger than fiction. You don't be tricked by Hollywood. That's what I'm saying, which is American. You know what I mean? Come to America. Talk to the women here. They'll tell you one thing, do another thing. I'm telling you, it's cooked. There's you will seldom find enlightened women here. The thing is, too, we also have to put blame on the guys because a lot of us are at fault too. A lot of us are not enlightened either. A lot of us are not sexually disciplined. Adult film content consumption has gone up. Like, come on. Like, we're also at fault as well. Us men are really not winning. So, don't forget that. The fact that we are still voluntarily giving up our energy, our sexual energy, which is the energy that will allow us to transcend. The fact that we're still doing that is beyond me. I think your woman just wants you to work, just just work. Ooh. It's pretty good. Fahad, come to the United States. Come to the United States. We're gonna figure all this out. Come to the United States. Come to the United States. You'll figure it out very quickly. There's not a lot of beautiful women in the United States. You have to understand, look at the statistics, empirically speaking. And first of all the beautiful women that you're seeing are from specific parts of the United States. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Dajin. Like, all of those are from specific parts of the United States. Yeah, I would love to come to the money land. Exactly, for money. Come to the United States. But there's just no quality here at all. If you go to most of the United States, it's a lot of vacant, underdeveloped land, right? Our public transportation is not even good. It's only good in like specific one state, New York, right? LA still hasn't handled this traffic problem. Still hasn't handled LA. I think it's they take all their water from north of California or something like that. So LA shouldn't even be there. It's not a sustainable city. You know what I mean? It's just cooked. I'm telling, it's just cooked. The United States is just not it. He said, anyway, someone was crazy because I talked to a Dominican girl on Saturday when I was by the beach, and she was super friendly and down to have conversation. Then when I'm out on my way to the car, I want to hear this story. This local woman had a lot of mouth with. That's what I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you. So dodging is a lot. You see, this is why you gotta travel. This is why you must travel. This is why you must travel. Because when you travel, Eileen, I'm going to answer your question. When you travel, in general. And you can't, I'm not talking about to Western Europe, because Western Europe is cooked. There is nothing in France that's going to make you come back to the United States and be like, yo, I have to change my life. Like, who cares about France? France is basura, right? It's like not friendly, not welcoming, and definitely not feminine. I'm telling you, you travel to a place that's completely different from your own. You realize, so the main thing, Dajin, are the bad deals. The bad deals are the essential bit that you figure out what's going on in the United States, right? Cooked eternal. All right, mate. All right, all right. You realize that you are overpaying and over investing in lack of quality in the United States when you go overseas. It's as simple as that. The girl that I was with, wild. She looked very good. Long, her hair was real. She took care of her nails. She looked good. Legs were crazy, and she was very, very soft spoken. And all I had to do was just show up. I had to be all you have to, of course, be a presentable person. Hopefully, you carry a conversation, and then that's it. We were able to talk. We had a great time. Jokes came out. Aggression came out. Fussiness came out. All that stuff that usually comes during an interaction between men and women, right? In the United States, you have to do this and do that, do this and do that and do this, and then you have to never make a mistake in within the realm of what she qualifies as a mistake, right? The girl that you're trying to speak to then court her. And by the way, she's most likely overweight. They're not, because most women in the United States are overweight and obese. So you're leveling yourself up to go to the finish line to take this as your bride. Of course, you should do self-improvement for yourself, for sure. But sometimes people want a girlfriend. Sometimes people are looking to start a family. And this is the end. This is the end. This is the end for you. And and a lot of us, because we don't travel, and the ones that do travel, we are going on Instagram and then we're seeing this guy. Oh, he went to Mexico. He went to Cabo. Oh, he went to Playa del Carmen. Oh, he went to Tijuana. Oh, he went to Tulum. Oh, this is Mexico. So I'm going to go to those parts of Mexico too. And that's not Mexico. And then you get a pale experience and you're not changed. You're not inspired when you come back to the United States. That's what it is. You're just dealing with the same slop in the United States over there because you're going to these Western places. The main thing about travel is that when you travel to a country that's completely different from your own, you start to realize when you come back that a lot of us are lulled into accepting bad deals in the United States. That is the main thing. Bad deals in regards to mindsets, radical mindsets, bad deals in regards to what qualifies as success, what qualifies as inner success, what qualifies as a good woman. We settle so much in the United States and in Western Europe, it's unreal. I'm telling you, there's a lot of slop we are accepting in the United States. A lot of slop. Overweight. And that's pre-partum. When you start a family with them, they're gonna get bigger and they're not gonna want to change. They have a lot of degrees in the United States. A lot of degrees in the United States. A lot of college debt in the United States. A lot of credit card debt in the United States. A lot of opinions in the United States. A lot of weight in the United States. A lot of sweating after 3 steps in the United States. No reward. Like this is the main thing that you learn when you you go across the water. You realize that you're getting a bad deal. That is the main thing. We've been lulled to accept it with open arms. What did Dodgen say? He said, you basically have to be self-made. You ain't worth nothing unless you're self-made to them. Okay, of course. Because you have to provide value. You have to. As a man, we need to provide value. That's the way that the interaction between the sexes work anyway, is to provide value. No, I'm dodging. I meant to answer or to make a comment on your situation because when you were talking to the Dominican woman, most American women don't want you to be. They don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to be what's the word? They don't want you to be like satisfied. They don't want you to be good. You have to be just as miserable as as the rest of the people in the United States. So when you are happy or you had a good experience with a woman and things and they see that, yeah, they don't like that. They don't like that at all. I'm telling you that right now. I'm telling you that. Like when I was talking to the girl from Latvia, every time I looked up because it's in a busy block. I'm just getting stared at. Like I was just getting stared at. I got some mean stares, but I usually get that. I really don't care at the end of the day. But it's just interesting, They don't want ultimately because they understand. People understand intuitively what good value is, and especially women. They're intuitive. They understand when you're talking to like someone that's valuable or someone that's good because they could tell from the interaction. There's a lot of good energy getting transferred back and forth. Good conversation. You're not thinking about should I ask her for a number, or it's just a flowing conversation. Things that you were not dwelling about earlier that day, they just come out of nowhere. Come out of nowhere because you're just having a good conversation. That's how it should work. That's what an old lad told me who was married to a Dominican woman and an American black woman are hating on him. The thing is, Dominican women carry themselves different. That's another culture. They carry themselves completely different. Dominican women are just built different from American black women. That's just the long, the tall, and the short. And if you, first of all, the black women from Brazil, because we don't even know about that, Dajin. That's on a different level, by the way. That's just on a different level. Dark-skinned women from Brazil, the Afro Latinas, de Brazil. How you say do Brazil? Because we got to speak Portuguese now. Do Brazil. And that's on a different level, by the way. We don't know anything about that. That's all I'm saying. And this is what I was saying in my Patreon video too. I was ultimately saying that when you've never traveled and you're in the United States and you say I don't want to date this woman, or I don't want to see this woman, or I don't like this type of woman, you don't know what else is out there. Especially we have people that like Asian girls, for example, or don't like Asian girls, just for this example, and they've only been in the United States and they only know about American-born Chinese women, right? And they've never been to Japan, right, where there's very, very svelte Japanese women, or South Korea, or Okinawa in Japan, where they're tanned and built different over there, right? They've never been to Southeast Asia with the Thai women, or the Cambodian women, or the Vietnamese women that are actually from Vietnam. They don't know. They just, I don't like Asian women because I've only been in the United States and American-born Chinese women are just not attractive to me. Like they don't know. They haven't been out there. They haven't seen that. Even if you want to even take it a step further, women from Uzbekistan, women from Kazakhstan, because they're like on the same area as Georgia in Eastern Europe. Well, East Europe. And so they're like borderline Asia. So you're going to have that mix of like Slavic genetics and Asian genetics, which produces a beauty like never before. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. If you didn't travel over there, you don't know. And their mannerisms are completely different from whatever you think you know about the Asians that you've been in interactions with. We don't know. Like in Mexico, we think, Mexican women are built like como se dice, refrigeradores. Like they're built like refrigerators. Only basically talking about the Mexican girls that you've seen in your area, which are most likely from one city, because Mexico is huge. Oaxaca, Puerto Escondido, Merida, Sinaloa, Michoacan, and they're built Guadalajara, and they're built so differently over in those places. We don't know, and I'm telling you, the long, the tall, the short, we don't know anything. We just don't know anything. He said Brazil's on a whole other level. I met some Brazilian women. I just couldn't. You don't know. We don't dodge it. We don't know. Excuse me. We don't know. He said, let me ask you, do the women in your country generally, where is he even from? Excuse me. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. We dodging. Because if so, then just don't expect that to hear in America. No, for sure. For sure. For sure. For sure. I'm telling you. We just don't know what's out there. We really don't. 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 Anyway. Yeah, what country are you from? Anyway, the whole idea, guys, save up your sexual energy, try to transcend yourselves, and try to see more of the world. You have to get out of these radical point of views. I'm telling you. I'm from Lebanon. I don't even. I only dated one girl from Lebanon, but she was overweight. So it doesn't really count. It doesn't really count. I don't want to. I'm not proud of that story. I'm not proud of that story. I'm not very proud of it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not very proud of it. Um, but yeah, doesn't Lebanon have the tree on their flag? They have a tree on their flag. Yeah, it is. Yep. I remember it's like white, red, and well, red, white, tree, and then Lebanon ain't that like that anymore. The feminism take over, like or something. In Lebanon, didn't they have the explosion that happened a couple years ago? There's an explosion at a port. But anyway, I'm gonna say it like this, guys. Just take care of yourselves. Honestly, yeah, I remember that. I'm using this gimbal. It's like a back scratcher. Yo, but take care of yourselves. Make sure your diet is all good. You're drinking water. You're not looking at adult film content at all. I'm telling you, stay away from that stuff. You gotta understand too, Fahad. There has been a large decline in masculinity as well in the world. You have to understand that as well. Like a lot of men are not as masculine as they once were. They're looking for they're looking for signs to do things, and they're caught up and swept by ideas of destiny as opposed to just crafting their own path. I fell into that same trap too recently. So let's go Cascadian. He said, "What's good, my brother? I have a meeting for my new job offer tomorrow. It's full-time work from." Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you, man. Cascadian, you know I'm working too, right? But it's not remote. I'm in a goddamn restaurant, but that's so great, Cascadia. I'm really happy for you. Damn, he doing it. Full time work from home, remote. Damn, damn. At least you know what? At least one of us is winning. At least some of us are winning, and that makes me happy. He said, and yeah, that's when the problems start. The thing is, too. Remember, it's not. A lot of us have not been masculine recently. A lot of us are looking for affirmations, all that type of stuff. Cascading, I have a lot of videos coming out soon. I just have to get thumbnails for them, but you know, but yeah, yeah. He said, then I'm working currently in Saudi Arabia. Imagine there's even Saudi women are feminists. The ultimate rule is the integration of the male and female, or absolute cooperation between the enlightened female and the enlightened male. Once that happens, the world is your oyster. Doctor said, are you serious? Yeah, why not? They're working, and there's a whole bunch of them. Why not? Of course they're gonna talk. That's for you, my brother. Apply. No, no. Cascading. I got some stuff working. Sinners. I didn't watch it. I was actually out today. I went to the gym. I went to the supermarket, and then I did some laundry. I didn't even clean the house. It's all right though. It's whatever. I gotta cut my hair tomorrow. Um, and then I went out. I went to go see this girl. We went out. Um, she's the well traveled one. Yeah, I'm thinking Islam was helping keeping all this in check. Also, they work those days. Wow, that's crazy. That is nuts. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna watch Sinners. Oh, guys, I booked the ticket. We're going to. I'm not to travel, but I booked a movie ticket. I'm gonna go watch Mission Impossible next Monday. Man, I'm blowing away hearing that. I'm blown away hearing that. Yeah, these things are gonna eventually change. Remember, you have to understand that there was a long there's a long history of women that follow Islam that have been subjugated. So now they're with newfound liberation. They're going to go from here to the moon with that. We're all gonna be. That's not true, Fahad. That's y'all gonna be gay. Not Somewhere to Peace because I was never that to begin with. Superman will be the movie of the year. Maybe we'll see. Actually, what else is coming out this year? We got He said nah, definitely not. Unless you that to begin with. It's crazy. Um. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I'm telling you, as long as you have to just have your stuff together, it doesn't matter about feminists or any of that stuff. You have your stuff together. You have your mental disciplines. You have your spiritual disciplines. You have your sexual disciplines. You're going to be okay. You have your own stuff. Like you have your own place. You could do your own thing. You're gonna always be in demand. So it's whatever. He said, I think Fantastic Four is about to be it. I don't know. Fantastic Four is gonna be all right. I feel like. Fantastic Four is going to be all right. But I'm watching Mission Impossible next Monday. That's going to be fire. That's going to be fire. I just don't know how the plot is going to run because, like I've been saying a lot, Tom Cruise has all the cards in his hand. The antagonist is going to have to create another AI system that, yeah, I don't know how he's going to have a vantage point. He said Mission Impossible's played out. Yeah, can somebody ban Cascadian for 3 years? Thank you. Somebody ban Cascadian for 3 months. That's good. Fahad, you shouldn't care that much about women. Wait, time out. What? Is that a validation for why you might be gay in 10 years? And you're not supposed to be fixated about women. You're fixated about self-development, but you're also taking notice about what's going on around you. That's being aware of the socio-economic situation of your country. With its causes defunct at its start and its famed battle was after peace, was the War of 1812 about sovereignty, or more of a mix of expansionist aims, Napoleonic fallout, and selective myth making. Okay. Anyway, look, I'm gonna say this. Somebody got to ban Cascadia because that was crazy. He said that Mission Impossible is played out. Mission Impossible will never be played out. First of all, this is it. This is the last Mission Impossible movie we're gonna get in this lifetime, unless we're gonna get like maybe some spin-off of like what they're doing to John Wick with Forgot the actress's name. Ana de Armas, right? Ana de Armas, is that her name? Or Ruby something? But anyway, yeah, this is it for Mission Impossible. Jurassic World, yes, that is played out. Fantastic Four, I don't think that's played out. I think that, and that, first of all, they're not even gonna have Doctor Doom in there. He said the last good one was Fallout. The new movies are about Tom Cruise doing crazy stunts. That's it, bro. That's the script, and the plot is not it. Yeah, he might be right. Cascade might be a little right. I just like seeing Tom Cruise do his thing. That's really it. Because I'm a big fan. By the way, that's a big semen retention practitioner, Tom Cruise. I hope you understand that. This dude has a lot of skills. Not only he's doing his own stunts at his late age, he could also fly a helicopter. He could drive a Formula One car. This dude is very, very skilled. This dude is very, very skilled. Tom Cruise he's really a special dude, special type of guy. But still, I don't know. Mission Impossible is still gonna be fire. I'm ready to see what's gonna go down. Honestly, it might be a little. The thing is, like I said, Tom Cruise right now he has all the cards in his hand. He has all the cards in his hand. There's nothing that this dude could do. He's gonna have to. I don't know. He's gonna have to pull out all the stops. The only thing he could do is just kidnap one of Tom Cruise's friends. That's really it. That's really it. And then Tom Cruise has to come through with the key, and he's gonna be like, "Yo, I'll kill your friend right now if you don't give me the key to the AI system." And he's gonna be like, "Don't do it, Ethan. You gotta do it. Don't care about me." And then Gabriel's gonna shoot him in his kneecap, and then he's gonna scream. Ethan is gonna be, Tom Cruise, "Don't do it. Stop. I'll give you the key." He's gonna throw the key at Gabriel. It's gonna fall down the goddamn ledge, but the key has a chain, so it's gonna hook onto something. Gabriel's gonna go after it. The dude is gonna be limping away. Tom Cruise is gonna start fighting Gabriel. Gabriel's gonna come out with something. I already know the whole thing. I already know the whole thing, man. I already know the whole thing. But seriously, that's really it. This dude is going to Tom Cruise has all the cards in his hand. The only bit of information Tom Cruise doesn't have is the whereabouts of the AI program. And Gabriel knows it. But it doesn't matter. Gabriel he can't do anything with it. I'd rather have another James Bond. Dodge it. You got to talk about that, actually. You know, the last... Oh, okay, I read that. Yeah, semen and baby blood. No, stop playing. I don't know if Tom Cruise is on that. You never know these guys, actually. What's going on? Love wins. Good to hear from you again. I would love to have another James Bond, too. I really would. The 007 movies are amongst my favorites. I'm not going to lie. What I don't like... also is Ethan needs an equal to take him to his limit. That's how it works. Chloe, what's going on? What's going on? Chloe, join the Patreon. Join the Patreon, Chloe. It's been a while. You have to join the Patreon. He said, what about my man 007? You saw No Time to Die, right? The last one, Dajin. He said, now another subject I don't understand. You saw No Time to Die, right? The storyline by itself with James Bond is insane. Which one? Which one are you talking about? Chloe, what's going on? Chloe. No Time to Die is garbage. I agree. You didn't see the last one? Dodging, do you care about spoilers or not? Cascade, don't say anything. Do you care about spoilers or not? That's going to be the last James Bond movie, by the way. Do you care about spoilers or not? Because I also agree with Cascadian. He said mostly the early ones with Pierce Brosnan. Okay, yeah. So this dude dies. He gets Rami Malek, the guy from Mr. Robot. He's the enemy. His name is literally Luciferin or something. Lucifer Sarin. That's his name, right? Cascadian. He's like some botanist expert. He has history with the girl that James Bond likes, which is crazy now, by the way, because James Bond was never supposed to be attached to one woman. That's number one. So they changed up his whole character. The moment he started catching feelings for the one woman thing, because remember what happened with Vesper, then now with Leia Sadu, whoever the character was, Miss Swan or whatever her name is in the movie. he started getting into a whole lot of trouble. So, but anyway, he gets killed. Lucifer puts some poison on him, and he needs to. What happened? I think he. What happened? I think they ended up trying to. The military tried to blow up the island or something, but James Bond couldn't escape the island because he had the poison, and if he goes and talks to his loved one, he would have poisoned her too. It was corny. It was corny. Cascadian is absolutely correct. It was kind of corny. But anyway, he had to stay behind on the island that Rami Malek had, and he had to, he had to die. So James Bond is dead. That's basically it. You got to watch the other James Bond movies. The one with like what's his name, Sean Connery, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, George Lazenby. He only had one movie, George Lazenby, but that's one of my favorite ones too. What's the other one? He said Pierce Brosnan. I didn't watch a lot of the ones with Pierce Brosnan. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, that's what happens. He dies. He dies. It's kind of unfortunate. What I mean. They could have just ended the series like they did with Jason Bourne. Like Jason Bourne didn't die. Oh, oops. Cooked. Everyone wants Henry Cavill to be the new Bond. No, good Bond. Let's see. Sean Connery. Yeah. Sean Connery ones. The Sean Connery ones were really fire. The one where he was remember when he was fighting Red Grant, the Spectre agent on the train? Remember there was the Jaws one? Well, the Jaws one that was with Roger Moore. Is this movie available now? Yeah, of course it is. It came out like a while ago. He said something like that. I watched the movie like once. Yeah, I watched it once too. That's that movie was not it. I'll tell you that. That movie was not it. By the way, Amazon is trying to buy the rights to James Bond, the 007 series. Let's see. Christopher, what's going on? How are you? He said Sombra as a new Bond. Can you imagine? I'm pushing CBER retention. They'd be like, yo, get him out of Hollywood. This dude is he's not promoting degeneracy. He said, watch Moblin. He said Amazon can go somewhere with that. You already know it's about to be the Black Bond. I don't have an issue. Like when they were talking about Idris Elba playing James Bond, I didn't have an issue with that at all. Because, he's swaggy. I feel like Idris like, I don't know. It's just he has like this thing to him. Like he would have played the role very well. 4 a.m. here. Yes, I'm aware. The Nigerian Bond better. It's not about who's better. I just think that it's just an interpretation of the character that Ian Fleming wrote for us that could resonate with the audience. That's the only thing that's really important. Seriously. Screw it. It's a lot of pressure because that could be a career killer too if you don't, suddenly the people don't like him or a whole group of people don't like him. Like what happened to the girl from The Little Mermaid, the one that played The Little Mermaid. He said that sounds like an indie movie. The Nigerian Bond. My name is Bond. James Bond. My son. James Bond. They call me James Bond. You back in South Korea? You still in NY? Yes, I am, Chloe. Join the Patreon, Chloe. Click the link. All of you guys should be joining the Patreon. There's so much stuff on Patreon, and still more things are coming to Patreon. Join the Patreon. Join the Patreon. No, I understand that. That could be career suicide, though. If people just got up and decided to just hate on Idris Elba just because he's a black person playing Bond. He could have gotten a lot of unnecessary hate, even though he's a very popular actor. Yes. How's South Korea? How is it? He said Sombra del Retention. Is it like Will Smith turning down Neo? Yeah, that would have been interesting. That would have been interesting. He would have, I don't know. That would have been a very interesting timeline, eh? See you tomorrow, guys. Good night, Chris. But yeah. Is there anything good coming out this year? I mean, there's Fast. I was about to say Fast and Furious. When's that coming out? Do a Black Panther spinoff where there's a brother from Wakanda that has to get on the inside of the government so they don't try to corrupt their civilization. Yo, that'll be a fire plot. That'll be a fire plot. The thing is, Wakanda is washed right now. Didn't they wash? The whole thing is washed, was it, with Wakanda Forever? Because we had the, ¿cómo se dice? ¿Cómo se llama de la raza de la agua de la mar? What's the name of the race from the ocean? What were they called with Namor? I forgot what they were called. But basically, they washed Wakanda. So, and now they have a temporary alliance. Oh, Talokan, yes. Wakanda Forever literally washed the franchise. Talokan, yep, Talokan. I like Namor. I'm not gonna lie. The Namor's secondhand woman. She was cute. She was cute. I remember when I saw her in theaters. I was like, oh snap. I forgot her real name. But yeah, no, it was the movie was alright. I thought it was okay. I like Thunderbolts, by the way. Cascade, you haven't been here for a minute. I saw Thunderbolts. Did you see Thunderbolts? I saw the movie. I thought the movie was cool. I thought the movie was cool. I'm trying to figure out. I feel like there's other movies. What other movies are coming out? We might have to look this up. Will Smith being Neo would have been something. That would have been interesting. Message sent failure. Oh, it never got sent. No, I didn't. I'm gonna react to it on my channel. I'm mad how they built up Sentry though. Yep. Okay, movies 2025 release. Let's check this out. Okay, we got, hold on. No. Movies coming out in 2025. Let's check it out. Oh, they got another Moana movie coming out? No mames. They got look, we got Superman, Cascadian's favorite movie. Fiend. We got Now You See Me 3. I never even seen the first two. They got a second Zootopia coming out. Nobody 2. I don't know anybody that watched Nobody. So, you see the Superman official trailer though? No, I haven't. I don't know about movies. I'm about to finish up Batman Beyond. That's one of the swaggiest series to have ever blessed our yes. That show was too ahead of its time. It was too ahead of its time. That show was way too. They created this whole world. It was like futuristic, but like modern. It was nah. Batman Beyond is something else. They got Fantastic Four, First Steps. They got another Conjuring movie. They have Tron Ares. Tron Ares. Wow. Yeah, we might have to check that out. Now I see why I got canceled, because the show is too swaggy. He said Nobody is dope. Chill. Okay, so I know one person that watched Nobody. Batman Beyond live action movie. No. Some things need to just remain in the past. Seriously. I don't remember the last time when I saw a movie, to be honest. Let's see. We got Frankenstein. They were coming out with a Frankenstein movie. Let's see. Greenland Migration. I don't know what that is about. Oh, there's a Guy Ritchie movie coming out this year. Yo, what's it going to be about? Oh, snap. It's Isa Gonzalez, Henry Cavill, Jake Gyllenhaal. Wow, Jason Wong. Yo, the overview. Two agents and a woman team up to get hold of millions of dollars in stolen money. Yeah, this is gonna be good. I love all the Guy Ritchie films. I'm sorry. I gotta watch that. 2 weeks SR, my body's insane from what it already was. What do you mean insane? Do you have a lot more physical energy? Are you thinking differently? What's going on? Okay, what movies has he come out with? Upcoming movie, Fountain of Youth. Oh, oh, is that John Krasinski? Yes, it is. Natalie Portman is in that. No moms. Wow, Carmen Ejogo is in there too. Also, I think it'd be better if they did a Netflix series of Batman Beyond. Just stay true to the source material. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Jackie. Yeah, at least Guy Ritchie doing this thing, man. He's really, consistent. He makes a lot of movies. He's doing his thing. I appreciate that. Okay. Let me see what else. Yeah, Hungary. I'm telling you, Hungary is really a hidden gem for sure. Hungary is just a different type of country. I didn't watch the second Gladiator movie. Nah, Hungary is really something else. Muscle growth, clarity, focus, and physique aesthetics in 2 weeks. That's impressive. Keep going. Don't edge. Edging is wrong. Edging is incorrect. Don't ever edge. Don't ever look at adult film content. Don't look at lewd material. You have to keep going. The Superman trilogy? No, I don't. I think I saw like one bit, one of the movies. You got to keep going, Wizard. You got to keep going. Don't ever give up. Make sure that you're clearing out your social media. There's going to be a lot of temptations coming your way. You have to stay focused. Speaking of Hungary, I was watching this video of these Eastern Europeans comparing their languages. Roberto González, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido. Hola de la ciudad de Nueva York, desafortunadamente. Estamos hablando con la gente de las cosas. Morning Sombra is me from Switzerland. Maha, what's going on, Maha? I can't forget you ever. ¿Cómo te va? Yo, Dajan. Hungary is another. I told you, Hungary is something else. He said week one. What? I was already there. All aspects. It just tripled. It's good. Good. Hope you've been good. I've been solid. I've been learning a lot more recently. But I've been solid for the most part. Thank you for asking. But Dodge, Hungary is something else. By the way, Hungary, I think it has a lot of bathhouses in the country. Thank you, Sebastian. There's a lot of bathhouses in the country. And I told you the experience that I had when I went with Lena to a bathhouse. Y'all need to join the Patreon, man. I'm telling you, man. It was something else. That the bathhouse in Hungary was something else. I was getting looked at like a piece of meat. I was scared. I just wanted to chill. I always just wanted to relax. It's good that you still remember Moho. Yeah, why wouldn't I remember you? Sombra reminds me of you telling me to imagine myself being at the bathhouse and then some Hungarian girls coming out of the. Look, Dodging. This is the situation. Look, this is the situation. This is how it's gonna go. Because you're first of all, you're dark skinned. There's no dark skinned people in Hungary. That's number one. And you're just gonna go there by yourself. Imagine going there by yourself. Imagine going to that place by yourself. Like I'm lucky I went with Lena because I would have gotten swallowed up. I'm not even kidding. This is not any exaggeration. Go to Hungary. Go anywhere in Hungary. I think I was in Svegod, or whatever it is. It's like the most southern part. It's close to Saborica in Serbia. It's like right across the border. But I'm telling you, all what would have happened, Dajin, you would have went in by yourself, right? You would have seen some Hungariana, since we got some Latinos in chat. You would have seen some Hungariana like this, looking at you like this. And she would have walked right into you, dodging. She would have walked right into you. The stair. Look, this will be you. This is the stairs to get out of the water. She would have went on the wall. She would have tried to climb up the wall to bump into you just to get your attention. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not. And this is the funny part. You guys think I'm exaggerating. This is how crazy it is in the bathhouses in Hungary. I was with Lena. I was with a girl in the bathhouse, and I was getting grilled. There were these three girls. I remember we were walking from, I think, the iodine pool outside to one of the saunas inside. And so there were these three girls just sitting down, and they just stopped their whole, they were chattering. And when I was coming through, they just stopped their whole conversation. I'm telling, and I just looked around because I'm like, why did it get so quiet all of a sudden? I looked back and they were just grilling me. I'm telling you. He said, should have put the cardio to work, brother. Yeah, it's all good, Moho, which I appreciate. Thank you. Yeah, it was nuts in Hungary. It was nuts in Hungary. And then of course, when we went to the couples pool. Yeah. Yeah. Dajin, I'm telling you, you would have went there and you would have I'm telling you would have just gotten grilled and people would have just tried, the women would have tried to get your attention. I'm telling the younger women. It's crazy. It's crazy over there. It's crazy over there. It's crazy over there. Anyway, I remember I was with Lena. Lena just kept telling me, Summer, do you see that? Oh, this girl's looking after you. I'm like, who's that? And I look, and they're just like this, like in the bathhouse and in the goddamn pool. Grilling. He said, I hope to come out of there in one piece. This is yo, they would try to steal your leche. They will just try to steal your leche. You would just get your leche stolen. That's it. You would get your leche stolen. That's it. They would trap you, first of all, in the saunas. They would trap you in the sauna. They would try to find out where you're going. You're going to go to the sauna by yourself. You're going to relax. And then you're just going to hear the door open. And you're going to open your eyes. You're going to see there's going to be like three of them. They're all wearing pink and white bathing suits. They surrounding you. They'd have been like, hi, are you here by yourself? Hey, what's going on? I mean, you at least introduce yourself. Right. My bad. I didn't tell you, Dodgen. I'm training this girl from Mexico City, by the way, personal training. That I met in Mexico City back in 2023. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, Dodgen, it would have been like this. Are you here by yourself? Dodgen would be like, yo, you could at least introduce yourself. I mean, is it important for you to know my name? So how do you like Hungary? You know? Oh, I bet someone like you must get all the girls. Nah, not really. I listen. I'm on some of the Piso YouTube channel, and he talks about sexual discipline. But you're on vacation. He also said that people that say this or women that say this, they're like similar to like the daughters of Mara. Daughters of Mara. Oh, he must be a very erudite young man, this Summer Del Viso. No, I'm telling you. No, you would get sequestered in the goddamn bathhouse, for sure. You would get sequestered in the goddamn bathhouse. You will get you will get grabbed. You'll get spoken to, for sure. For sure. You'll get flirted with. It was scary in there. If I wasn't with Lena, I wouldn't have even been in that situation because it was just, or maybe who knows? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it was just a little, it's a little interesting. I'm going to be completely honest. I was just getting stared at. Like, it was a lot. Dodge, I'm telling you, they would have been like, so you want to learn some phrases in Hungarian? Yo, I'm telling you, you would have gotten grabbed up. You would have gotten grabbed up. Oh, man. Oh, man. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Eastern Europe. Hungary is really an underrated country. I'm telling you. That place, to be honest, if I were to rank the countries in Eastern Europe, I would put Serbia and then Hungary. Hungary is really something special. That place is something else for sure. They would have taken a few limbs of they would. The thing is, it's not like Colombia where you might lose your organs. No, they would have stolen your goddamn leche. They would have one of them. They would have seen Dodgen in there, the only chocolate brother in there. Then one of them would have went and locked the door. They would have stood in front of the door because you can't lock it. So they would have stood in front of the door to make sure no one came in. And then Donovan's getting his legs massaged. I know he ain't never had that before. No, Dodgen, I'm telling you, I'm not even trying to not be modest, but I was really the fittest guy in the bathhouse. Seriously. Everyone had a belly. Everyone had varicose veins. They didn't look, I'm telling you, there was no shape in the goddamn bathhouse. I was really the fittest dude in the bathhouse. That in Svegad, however you say the city that I was in Hungary. Yeah. But Dodgen, they would have stolen your leche. They would have surrounded you. You would have to have, yeah, you would have to have push them, aside. A piece of chocolate in a sea of white cream. It's like a piece, like it's a small piece. Loose leaves make money trees. You been to Ethiopia? Not yet. I definitely want to go. It was crazy. I'm telling you, I remember the pool outside. Lena, she was so. The reason why I appreciate Lena so much because she was really like she never like left me by myself, and it's not like I was feeling nervous or anything. I was just like, yo, this is kind of strange. But she was always very close to me. She's like, Somber, do you see that? Somber, oh my God, this guy has just been staring at you the whole time. He's so weird. Yo, Somber, do you see that? Yo, oh my gosh, these girls really like you. She just commented the whole time. Like it was like we were. It seemed like, if you looked from the outside in, it was like we were dating for like months. He said no. Don't go for it. So it was hilarious, man. It was hilarious. She was like, "Why somebody that's got this young man? He just kept staring at you. Why do you think he's staring at you?" I was like, "Yeah, he's probably gay. He's probably gay. Probably battling with his feelings." He said, "Why not?" Let's see. Yeah, Summer. That's what I was telling you before. The dude I used to follow that talked about pickup and mindfulness moved out to Hungary in 2016. Met his wife there. Yeah, hello, Dodgen. Hello. Listen, hello. Look, Dodgen. The fact that you got to be there, the fact you got to be there to witness is crazy. Dodgen, you don't understand. Okay, let me just break it down. This is I don't think a lot of people are talking about Hungary like that, and I don't know why they're not. Maybe I think I could understand on the flip side. Maybe they want to keep it as a secret, but I'm going to tell you this. So when I was here, I forget I was going to England like every summer. There was one time I came back, from the vacation, and I met this girl from Hungary. She was from Budapest, and we dated for like the entirety of the remainder of the year. Hold on, let me see, because it's about to. Okay, good. Give me 1 second. We dated for the remainder of the year, and it was OD. Like she used to invite herself to the house. She always wanted to go out and dance, and she was bad too. Like she took care of herself. She ate well. She was a big cook, and she was on it. And when I was in Hungary, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I was with the Elena, and of course I was calm, as cool as a cucumber. But there's a lot of talent in Hungary for sure, and they're definitely open to chat. They like to talk and all that kind of stuff. So without a doubt, dodging it's not hard. The whole thing is not hard trying to find a girlfriend or finding a wife. It's in the world. They're everywhere for sure. If you go to the right places, you'll find them. But Hungary for sure, specifically, that place is something else. I'm telling you, I was getting stared at from women of all age groups. It was scary almost. She so what happened with actually I met her with a friend. It was funny. It was her and a friend. And I was the only reason why I went up to them was because she had a friend, and I was like, yo, I could put my friend on, my best friend at the time. But what ended up happening is I just kept seeing this girl. Her name was Sarah Vadia, whatever. She's a personal trainer now, which is funny. She started off as an au pair here, but I guess she moved on to do something else. But anyway, she was no, it was OD. She was yeah, Sarah was something else, man. But it was a good time. That's the point. She's from Hungary. Go to Hungary, check it out. That's what I'm saying, Dodger. Check it out. Check out that place. Check out that country. And the country is big too. There's a lot of little cities. Check it out. Budapest. I wish I had more time in that city because it's such a beautiful city. Let me show you the money from Hungary. Like the forint, the forint. This is like $54 right here, by the way. $54. The Hungarian forint. I'm telling you, Dodge it. I would like to stay. If I had the opportunity, I would stay in Hungary for a little while. And it's warmer in Hungary than it is in Serbia, and Hungary's more north, which is interesting. Hungary is really where it's at. Hungary is a nice spot. The dude, what is it? I have an interview on my Patreon from a guy that I met in Budapest, and he knew exactly what was going on. He said Budapest I've seen videos of. I have a video on my channel. I have a video on my channel when I was talking about men have to get out of the wilderness to try to find out what their lives are truly capable of. And it was me walking around Budapest. I walked over the bridge to get into the main city. Moving from England. How are you doing? What's going on, Steve? Mr. Short, how are you? I'm telling you, Budapest is really it. I'm telling you. Hungary. If I had the opportunity to move around in Eastern Europe, the three places I would go to are Serbia, Albania, and Hungary. I think Montenegro, I need to spend more time in Montenegro, but Hungary for sure, that place was it. And a lot of people go over there. Like there was a woman I met from the south of Spain. I don't know anyone from Spain, and she was the first person I met from Spain in my life. Has it? Yeah, yeah. And it was cool. Once we found out that we both spoke Spanish, like we hung out that whole day. We went out for drinks. She invited me to come to the bathhouse with her in Budapest, but I was like, I have to get back to Serbia. So he's doing great, lovely morning in England. It's early morning. He said Don Cheadle? Nope. It is Somewhere del Piso. What's going on, Miss OC? How are you? How are you? How are you? He said, Marcus King, have you been to Jamaica? And if so, thoughts? How did you get outside of the resort? I didn't go to Jamaica. Never been to Jamaica. I want to go there though. I know that. Just see, that's another thing. Dodger, I don't know if you're still here. Jamaica is a spot. I want to go over there. For sure. You said I'm trying to heal. What happened? Does it have to do with the boyfriend? Yeah, Jamaica is really a spot. I would like to check out Jamaica. Spain is beautiful. Food is fantastic. Oh dang, she was trying to get you to go to the bathhouse too. Wait, who is this? Are you talking about the one from here? Because I didn't. She didn't. I didn't really hear much about Hungary from her. I got punched in the arm by a drunk passenger. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, Miss OC. Um, I'm. Oh, this girl. No, 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 no. No, the Spanish girl. Right, right. So this is what happened. Look. Dodgen, you didn't hear this? I told you guys this story. I went to the St. Stephen's Basilica. I have the picture. Dodgen, do you have Instagram? I know. Check out my Instagram. There's a picture group that I have of Hungary, and you're gonna see it. The girl is in there. So what happened was I'm waiting online to go into the top floor of the St. Stephen's Basilica, and it's just this girl right in front of me. I'm like, yeah, she's definitely waiting for her boyfriend to come up because there's no way she's just here by herself. So I just decided to start up the conversation. Yeah, I decided to start up the conversation. I just said, oh, this is such a long line. We're going to be here forever. And then she said, I'm sorry, I don't speak English. Yo solo hablo español. I was like, okay, hablas español? Yo también, let's go. ¿De dónde eres? Where are you from? Right? She's like, oh, hablas español? I'm like, obviamente, a huevo, putazo. She was just like, oh, no way. Like, where are you from? I was like, I'm from New York. She's like, why do you speak Spanish? I was like, oh, because I just learned Spanish. I used to live in Colombia. She's like, oh, no mames. How long do you live in Colombia? I was like, yo, 3 meses. She was like, oh, en 3 meses ya aprendí español. I was like, yeah, obviamente. So we ended up just chatting. Right? So then we ended up going up to the top. We took all these pictures together. We took a video. Then we ended up chatting. I was like, "What are you doing after this?" She's like, "My plan is I'm trying to go to a bathhouse later tonight. I have to go and wait online or something. But I'm gonna go. I want to. I don't have anything to do. So I was like, "Yo, let's go. Let's have a drink. Let's just hang out." She's like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we chatted and then we just talked about her life in south of Spain. Yeah, see you, Miss OC. Ciao. Then we talked about her life in the south of Spain and all this stuff. And she was like, "You should come to the bathhouse." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I can't because I have to go back to Serbia. It's gonna be a long drive." And she was like, "Oh, that sucks. You should have stayed here overnight." So I was like, too bad." But yeah, we traded numbers, all this type of stuff. She's a big gym goer. She travels alone a lot. But this is just what Hungary is really something. Dodgen, you have to check out Hungary. Hungary is really underrated. Hungary is very, very underrated. Man. Hungry, man. Hungry hippos. But yeah. Anyway, it is getting late. Some that Piso has to I have to work tomorrow. I want to wake up early and go to the supermarket. Another one cuz there's this other supermarket that sells lamb and I want to stock up on my lamb. So I might have to do that tomorrow morning and then head to the gym to do leg day. Desafortunadamente. So guys, let me get out of here. It was fun talking about all these excursions. Look on my Patreon and look on the Instagram for a lot of this content. Guys, I shall see you soon. Don't let the space get you down, of course. Stay disciplined, stay focused, always, and experience life. Please go out and experience life. I definitely will. My homie from Romania told me he just will show me around. Yeah, Romania. I wish I explored way more of Romania. But listen, that country's not going anywhere anytime soon. So, I'm going to go back for sure. Anyway, guys, stay radiant. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace.